And welcome back for twin number 2 of Twin Night here in the Gran Turismo Online weekly series. And I'm joined again by Nick Collier. You ready to watch the second race here tonight, Nick?
Man, I'm hoping the second race is just as good as that first one because my goodness, that first race was an absolute banger.
But I believe a 28 thousandths of a second. Miles Turner won his first race. It's going to be a fun one here tonight. But we got a stacked field, and those only 15 laps to decide the winner. We saw in that first 20 here tonight just how crazy it got. And we do have a change in the points lead, I believe. But as you can see here, the field is inverted. So whoever finished last will start first, as you see there in the Uranus car. He's up front. So the field's inverted. Finish last, you're starting up front. But this is going to be a fun one. How do you think these drivers are going to drive this second race different than the first race?
Well, as you can see here, we've cut the field from 10 to 7. The top 7 do advance. We've cut it down. It's going to be a lot more opportunities for our guys in the league to get with each other and work. I think it's going to be just as aggressive as the first one. Just look for some more magic there at the line.
Yeah, we can talk about a couple drivers here. Nick Collier, he unfortunately spun coming to the flag last race, so he's looking for redemption here. You think he's going to have a little pep in his step? He's ready to go for the second race. How do you think he's feeling after wrecking it in that final turn?
Yeah, just coming off his worst finish of the season here in the weekly series. He's going to be racing a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Maybe throw some blocks. Really try to stay up front as long as he can. Try to get his car to stick on the low line coming off a 3. Just try to make moves. Try to get another win.
Yeah, and then when we talk about Rashad Metz finished second, very close, almost got the win, but he is now the new points leader. So he said in an earlier interview that his goal tonight is to finish ahead of Miles Johnson so he can gain the points lead, which he did after the first race. So how do you think Rashad Metz is? Do you think he's just going to race it safe as long as he's ahead of Miles Johnson, or do you think he's still going to go for the win?
We both know that's not his style. No, he's going to be up front. He's going to be pushing. He's going to be getting pushed from behind, trying to stay up front as much as he can. Throw some blocks late. Expect him up front as well.
Of course, Miles Turner won his first career race earlier tonight. So now that you got that first win behind you, do you think he's going to ride the momentum into the second race?
Oh, you absolutely can expect him to ride the momentum. He learned a lot in that first race. He learned what works for the car, what doesn't. You've seen that a lot out of the rookies this year. They've come in, they've gotten that first one under their belt. They've started to understand what the car can do, where they can put it in the right spots. He's learned some timing. He's learned who to go with, where to stay away from. Expect him up front as well.
And one more we want to talk about, of course, Miles Johnson. Miles Johnson just lost the points lead. He finished third, and I believe third or fourth in the last race there. But he's lost points leads. I believe he's 5 points down, only 5 points down. So how do you think, now that he's lost his points lead, how do you think he's going to race coming into the second race of the night?
He's also racing with a chip on his shoulder because not only has he lost the points lead, but ever since the development of the teams, his team's been outplayed. He's been outraced. He's losing the overall team points as well. So you're really going to look for him to make a push. He's got a friendly rivalry going on with Rashad Metz. He definitely doesn't want that points lead to go away. So he's going to be very aggressive come this race.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one to watch. Let's waste no time. This is surely not to disappoint, so stick around. We're going to have another fun one in store for you here today. Let's get this one underway. 15 more laps, the last race of the night. The second twin, race 8 out of 10 of the season. And the lights are off. We're green flag racing in the second race. Lots of tire smoke out of the leaders there.
Yeah, the leaders being rookies, they're still trying to figure out how to get these cars to go off the line quick.
Ooh, 3 wide.
Big spin by laser fuel onto the apron going into 1.
Almost another big wreck there. We did see a car spin during that first race. Look at Miles Turner up there. Look at Nick Collier already in the lead.
Yeah, you can tell he's driving with a chip on his shoulder. He's already throwing blocks left and right. He wants to be up front as long as possible here.
Side by side now for the lead. Ooh, crossover move on
Big shuffle there.
3 wide for the lead now.
3 wide, almost 4 wide. Miles Turner tucking in behind Nicholas Collier, followed by Rashad Metz, trying to go to that top lane, get some speed.
Collier gets pitched up
Laserfield
high.
pinching. Even in this race, you can see all of the weekly series driver regulars, working with each other. And these rookies are they're learning on how or when to go with who, what holes they can get their car in, and how they can get their cars to stick going into these turns. You can see a big difference in laser fuel from the first race to this race. You can see he's already up front.
Yeah, he's racing a lot more aggressive this race than he is last race. See Johnson going to the lead. He does have some help with him though.
So if you're one of these rookies coming into race 2, you learned a lot in the first race. What is your goal? What is going through your thought process here in the second race?
Well, you kind of learned how the rest of the pack is going to race in certain situations and what to do and what not to do. So you got to learn.
Almost go 4 wide there.
Ooh, yeah, but you kind of learn what to do and what not to do around these other drivers. What's going to make them upset? What's going to make them want to help you? So you're going to learn a little
3
bit.
wide. See, Miles Turner been up front a whole lot this race. He learned. Looks like he learned a lot from race 1 coming into race 2. He's been a lot more aggressive. He's got his car into the right spots at the right time. He's finding Nicholas Collier went around there for a second. Looked like he saved it.
Let's take another look at that save. That was a great save by the number 42 car.
He goes in. He gets a pretty big shove. He comes down. Laser fuel comes
sideways
up into him, pinches him. Little Tokyo drift action there for the 42 car.
You can really see the talent in these drivers whenever they do a great save like that. Ooh.
Sean Metzger. Caught him there.
Johnson, front tires off the ground. See what happened there. Yeah, he just got pushed up in the wall by Laser Fuel.
Laser Fuel's been driving extremely aggressive this race. Something to watch out for.
Yeah, the stewards, the GTO stewards are definitely taking a look into that. See if they can catch them for over-aggressive driving this race.
One thing to point out so far in this second race, we were starting the 5th lap. Nicholas Collier and Miles Turner both have been up front a good majority of it. As you can see, Miles up front leading the race right now.
Yeah, look at Miles Turner. It's so glad to see him up front. He's really come to his own here. He's learned a lot. They've been racing a lot, practicing a lot in Northern Isle, and you can definitely see how that practice with the braking and the gas has transferred over to the speedway here at Blue Moon Bay. So maybe he'll be able to sweep the weekend. All of your 4 series regulars and the top 4 right now. Ooh,
big send into turn 1 there.
Almost a huge wreck. That could have almost taken out half of the field.
Once again, Laser Fuel just sending in super aggressive. We can go 3 wide coming to turn 2.
Yeah, we saw a huge wreck last weekend that took out 3 or 4 cars. You think we're going to see another huge wreck here tonight?
It's very much so possible the way you guys have been driving all day.
It's always a possibility here. Some huge wrecks, some huge things happening. One thing that we didn't do last race is let's go to a GTO, crank it up, and listen to these engines roar. It's always great to hear those engines roar there. You can see how fast that pack is moving. 200 plus mile an hour in the draft. Kind of crazy for these cars.
Yeah, absolutely. With the package we run, the guys that are used to it, you can see them running together. We saw 2 different packs of 2 cars, all 4 of our GTO league cars. You see big contact there with the laser fuel. They can interswitch with each other and still be just as fast as the pushing or the ones being pushed, compared to the people that are trying to learn this package and learn how to race with this league.
Got some telemetry on the bottom of the screen. You see the leader, Laserforth, is going around 170, 180 through the corner. Look at Miles, or whoever's behind him, if we can get on him. See, the leader's going about 180. Let's see how they're going in the draft right behind him. Look, 190, over 10 mile an hour faster down the front straightaway.
Oh, Miles Johnson missing. Tragic crash there by mere inches.
Let's take a look from the
laser fuel sent it in. No brakes into turn 1.
Let's look at the rear car camera of Johnson.
See him get a huge push down by Metz. He goes down into turn 1.
Shoom.
Shoots up the track, almost taking Nick Collier's nose off his car.
Let's see if we can get into laser fuel here. Look how close that was.
I don't know how he didn't hit that car. Wow, what a near miss.
That could have taken out several cars, not just Miles Johnson.
Would have taken out a lot of your front runners.
3 wide for the lead. 4 wide almost.
4
Can we get
wide.
5? Ooh, Metz gets loose.
Sean Metz, a little retaliation there.
We've seen a little rivalry going on between Rashad Metz and Laser Fuel there. Look at Miles Turner still keeping that car up front. Coming to 5 to go.
Miles Johnson Motorsports car is really running up front, doing a good job working with each other, really working deep into this race.
Johnson gets taken right up in the wall.
Now with 5 laps to go, how much more aggressive are you going to be here?
Oh, it's go time for these drivers. These laps are these races are only 15 laps, so it's go time this entire race. But once you see that 5 to go, or hear in your headset that 5 to go from crew chief, you know it's time to make some moves and try to stay toward the front of the pack.
Yeah, you can see Laser Fuel here trying to work his way up to the front, working a lot with Nick Collier this race, trying to keep away from Rashad Metz, as him and Rashad have kind of started a little rivalry going this race. Both of them kind of beating and banging all over each other.
3 wide for the lead.
3 wide coming out of 1.
4 wide here.
4 wide.
5 wide. For a second.
Oh my goodness.
We've seen 5 wide, I believe, in the past 2 or 3 races here. Oh,
really loose there for
really
Laser
loose.
Fuel. See 3 wide, 4 wide coming out of turn 3.
Miles Turner looking for career win number 2. How cool would that be if you could pick up your first win and win another race the same as that night?
Oh, that's huge, not just for you, but for your team. Just trying to get some momentum, going into the future. It's hard to go back-to-back races in this series. Being able to do it not just weekly, but on the same night would be substantial.
Yeah, Rashad Metz is the only driver to do it in the past. Other than Miles Johnson. Miles Johnson did it as well. They both have swept twin races in the weekly series back when it was at Northern Isle Speedway. So,
oh, trouble coming to the line.
Laser Fuel spins down the front straightaway. Let's see what happened here.
Rashad and Laser Fuel have been getting into each other all race. It looks like Rashad finally he's had enough.
Yeah.
Got into his corner panel, spun him around.
Could have easily been a lot bigger the wreck than just that. Fortunate it didn't collect more cars. 2 more laps to go. Johnson up front, looking for his 10th career win here tonight. Trying to be the only other driver to break double digits in the wins. Rashad Metz is the only other driver to do so.
2 to go. You've got the Miles Johnson Motorsports and the Mets Motorsports cars running up front. Be looking for them to work with each other at the line.
Coming off the turn. Gonna get the white flag here. I don't know if you want to be Miles Johnson in this situation. You got 2 teammates right behind you.
Your
other
teammate's still
car
struggling to get up to you. You have no help right here. Looks very similar to what we had in the last race. You're already going 3 wide early.
3 wide, a little bumping and banging. Collier is actually pushing Johnson.
Collier's looking for the win. He is being super aggressive here. He has a sour taste in his mouth from last race. He wants to get up there in the lead. Coming into turn 3, look for a good low run.
Oh, Turner sent it in there.
He got it to stick. That's huge.
Johnson's out there all by himself.
Collier's
Who's it going to be coming to the line? Johnson got him! What a finish! Another close finish tonight. Let's get another look at this. Look.
Coming to the line, you can see Collier gets a push from his team owner in Rashad Metz. He gets loose, and it's even closer than last race. Unbelievable.
Look at this. By a mere foot or two. A quarter panel.
Of a car. Oh my goodness, what a fantastic race.
Miles Johnson picks up his 10th career win.
What a way to do it.
If you're Nick Collier, though, you got to be a little upset after tonight. You got wrecked in the last turn, last race, and you just lost by that much in the next race.
No stranger to losing by close margins. He lost his rookie debut by about that much as well. He won his first race by a car length. He's very, very used to these close finishes coming to the line. Then saying, doesn't make it hurt any less. But it's something you go back to the tape. You look at what you did wrong coming out of turn 3 to the line. He likes to go low. He likes to let that car stick. Very similar to how Johnson had. You get a better run coming off. You can tuck into the wall, get a good run. He didn't have that option. He had to stay high to try to get a push from his team owner. Just didn't work out for him this time.
Very close throughout the pack there. What a finish, though. These twin races, this is the first time that we've done twins this season, and they sure did excite. They did not fail to excite. Just keep watching this over and over again. What a finish.
See, coming to the line, you can see Johnson throws a great block with about 25 yards to go. Collier sees it this time. That's how he lost his first race. He got a block put on him at the line. He sees it. He tries to bump out. It just gets loose, and it cost him.
But thank you, Nick, for joining us here tonight. What are some excellent finishes we got to watch. One driver getting his first win, another driver, both Miles Johnson Motorsports cars. Miles Johnson Motorsports sweeps the night, and both the drivers that won tonight were both named Miles. So Miles is sweep the night.
It's the Miles weekend. The Miles Motor Speedway weekend.
So good great weekend for them. One driver getting the 10th, one driver getting the first. But thanks again, Nick. And we will see you next time. Thank you all for watching.